Today I'm going to be watching How It Feels to Suffer in SMM. It is a behind the scenes video from Lazy Purple from the How It Feels series. I've been watching them for the first time lately because I'm new to the Team Fortress community, and man have they been funny, super entertaining. I've enjoyed them so much. So thank you so much to everybody who's been liking and commenting on these recent videos. I really appreciate that. With that being said, if you're new, do not forget to hit that sub button, please and thank you. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
So you like Halloween, huh? You like using the silly spells in Team Fortress 2? Well, so do I. But isn't Halloween supposed to be scary? Then what's with all this having a good time bullshit? Listen, man, for your sake, I hope you don't do it. But if you really want a scary time, drop TF2 for a bit and visit its deranged cousin over in the software section. Source Filmmaker!
Okay.
This program haunts me in my dreams, and I know it's trying to kill me. But the amount of glitches experienced while making How It Feels to Play Engineer, I'm telling you, this shit's possessed. Gather round.
Oh, what is
Halloween,
that?
I've a
What is that?
frightful story for you. The story of the time I had to add the Wrangler to a Source Filmmaker scene. My story starts with a prayer. Please, Valve, please update Source Filmmaker so that it doesn't use a 2008 version of TF2. Why do you curse me to manually animate things as simple as picking up engineer buildings and using the Wrangler?
Oh no, you got, dude, that, I don't know much about that kind of stuff, but that sounds very tedious.
But they only responded with Dota Counter-Strike. I didn't understand. So onwards I pressed to manually animate the Wrangler. The Sentry Shield
The Wrangler,
it's its
okay.
own model, but this god-forsaken laser! This laser has stolen so many hours of my life that I'll never get back. How, you ask? Listen to my tale of woe. I began by importing the laser, but alas, it was pink! That's not right. It needs to be red. So I googled how to color it. Turns out that it's controlled by what I like to call Source Spaghetti. But
Source
first, a quick
Spaghetti.
explanation. This is a control point. It represents a point in space and can be used to move and rotate objects. Particles usually have very simple control points. Medic's beam has two control points, one for where the beam starts and one for where it ends. However, the Wrangler laser has this third control point that controls its color? And this is where the Source Spaghetti starts. This control point's positional X, Y, and Z coordinates.
You know, I kind of see why the spooky was in parentheses now, because it does have, he's trying to throw in some like scary sound effects and stuff, and this is great. I love Lazy Purple's editing, dude. So good, man, so good.
To the laser's red, green, and blue values using a scale of -255 to +255, which necessitates the equation x times 2 minus 255, where x is the RGB value that you want. What?
Okay.
You didn't get that?
I did not.
That's because it makes no fucking sense! Even if you don't get it, I got it. However, no matter what I did with Control Point 2, the laser's color never changed! Well, I said, this isn't my first rodeo. Surely I can fix this in a jiffy. But how wrong I was. Firstly, I went into the particle editor to see if there was a color value in there. Eureka! There was! But no matter what you do to it and its surrounding values, nothing happens. Then I wondered, just a moment, the laser is pink. And when a texture is missing in Source, the default replacement is pink and black.
Okay, that looks crazy, but cool at the same time, dude. Look at that.
Maybe the particle's texture is missing or broken. So I asked all throughout town if someone could please lend me their version of every file related to this laser. I imported them into my directory, and it was still pink! By then, I was banging my head against my keyboard and finally decided that it's time to concede and verify the integrity of the game cache. Reinstall the whole program and deal with all the bugs that causes. But even then, it was still pink! At this point, I couldn't help but think. All this wasted time being a perfect.
I don't know why, like, the random screaming, the echoey voice, it gets to me every time.
And I could just use a different laser. So I installed this custom laser from the workshop that is supposed to be a Star Wars blaster. It's a model instead of a particle, so it took a while to customize it. It doesn't look great, but it works, right? Wrong! When the camera looks at the laser from certain angles, it just disappears!
Oh.
Then I tried using this laser particle, and I don't even remember what happened with this one, but I assure you it didn't work! So we're back to this laser. After brainstorming with other SFM villagers, I imported the laser into a different map and realized, what the fuck? Why is it blue on this map? And that's when it hit me. Every map has a different default point where things load in when they have no other point of reference. You can see here that Badwater's default point is somewhere below Red Team's spawn. It has no rhyme or reason. The Wrangler laser has been loading in and using the default point on the map for its control point 2 value. It's a different color on every map, but it doesn't change no matter what I do. So I figured, alright, my program is successfully reading the control point 2 value, but just not changing it. Alax, friend, can you please take—
Dude, Lazy Purple's just so funny, man. I like, it's literally a behind the scenes video here, and I'm still entertained. Just so funny.
My SFM project. Move control point 2 to make the laser red, and then send it back to me. He promptly sent me this in response.
Oh!
That's right, his computer couldn't even handle the project, so he had to make a new project that was just the laser on Badwater, which I then had to import into my project, which is its own scary, unintuitive process.
Oh,
but
no.
Finally, here we are. It works, despite reinstalling the program, despite verifying the game's cache, despite replacing the particle files outright. My control point 2 is just irreversibly broken. My theory, there's a ghost in my machine. But hey, at least it worked eventually, right? But that's not the only thing I had to do manually. Once a sentry gun is placed, it stops being a gameplay object and just becomes part of the scene. That means that I have to manually control its shooting, which means manually adding each individual muzzle flash. That's right, I had to copy and paste like 50 sets of these muzzle flashes and then manually tell the program, this muzzle flash occurs 1/20th of a second later, and this muzzle flash occurs another 20th of a second later, and this muzzle flash occurs another 20th of a second.
Okay, this is like just going to show you the dedication, like in the tediousness of this. Like, holy crap, dude, I had no idea.
Then, after doing that, I have to lock each particle to the barrels of the sentry gun individually. Truly nothing comes for granted in this program. You'd think that adding Ubercharge would be a simple process, but it isn't. The default Uber in SFM is broken for some reason and always flashes like it's about to end. So you have to go download some cube map fixes. Thank you so much, SFM community, and put those in the right directory. Looks good to me, but what about the weapons? And the hats? Huh? That's right, you have to manually change every single model's material that you want to be Ubercharged. And sometimes it doesn't even work. Not only is this a time-consuming process, it's semi-permanent. Since you're actually changing the files themselves, scary, you have to be super careful or else you'll be asking yourself later on, why the hell is this pyro like half Ubered here? These buildings, they're not actually in Source Filmmaker for some reason. They're like ghost buildings or something. I had to manually add replacement buildings myself. Nothing comes for granted in this program. But you want to get really scared this Halloween? Imagine rendering a scene you've slaved over for hours, and it comes out like this.
Oh no.
If you ever want to get into SFM, my friend, please remember the acronym ABAF. All beards are fucked. Something about the way these things are textured doesn't mix well with SFM. Usually there's a fix for these beards on the workshop, but I guess not enough people use the grizzled growth? Anyway, at complete random, the beard will become some crazy neon color. And you want to know something funny? It uses the same color as the Wrangler laser uses via the map's default point. Isn't that funny? So what was my solution?
That is hilarious. And let me know if anybody watching this actually does this himself. Do you do this SMM? Because I'm just now, figuring out about it.
Simple, really.
And
if I render out
this looks like a lot of work, a lot of dedication. Totally respect anybody that's doing this, because this looks like a lot. But man, they're funny. Those are some funny videos. The ones that I've seen anyway.
One at a time, manually, the beard is fine. Sounds simple if not time-consuming. Let's see how many I had to do. 462 individually rendered images just to fix this beard in one scene!
Wow,
and sometimes it's not even
dude.
consistent. Here, you'd think that the color is based on the beard's position, but look at this shit! It's blue in this camera,
Look at this!
and green in this camera! Eventually, my friend, I could take no more, and I just asked the guy who fixed the Allfather if he could fix the grizzled growth, which he did! The moral of this scary beard story is, please, don't be afraid to ask people for help! Oh, but friend, I've scary stories to spare. Look at this scene, simple, right? Well, this is what it used to look like! These lights are Satan! They have caused an issue in every video. For the spy video, I spent a full 10-hour day trying to get rid of these lights that would bleed through all the walls. After that day, I knew not to ever try anything with these demon-possessed lights. But in this scene, I had to. I used a program to remove literally every light from the map, and you won't believe it! These lights are Satan! Eventually, a villager from the SFM Discord discovered that you just have to type ent_fire space n_lightglow space kill in console. What does that even mean? I'm certain that a ghost has possessed my computer, but it doesn't always make itself obvious. Sometimes the glitches are small, like the time that this blood decal's position didn't update when I played the video forward, but it worked when I played the video backward.
Wow.
And then sometimes when I render something, every other frame becomes a blue mess.
I was gonna say, this is all different colored for sure.
A ghost. And half the time I import a custom map, Source Filmmaker just breaks all its lighting. Classic ghost stuff. This one is fixable, but when even the guy making the tutorial says,
"This is the Hammer editor, and it honestly terrifies me. I can't do anything with this."
I can't say it makes me very hopeful. Of course, the program does make my life easier sometimes. Spline curves are pretty good at automating some animations, but other times they put the spirit of—
Dude, this moment, and this was the last one I watched, the engineer, that was so funny, bro. Oh my god, I was laughing so much at
the
that.
devil into my characters.
That scene.
Oh my god, call the exorcist!
Oh.
Look at this sentry. I just want it to go from this to this. A 180-degree turn. It's simple. But for some reason, the program thinks that the most efficient way to do this is a freaking backflip! Back ye demon! Get out of my sentry gun! Thankfully, the program has a built-in stress reliever.
The way he's got
Whenever I find myself getting exhausted, I just move the character's pelvis to the beat of whatever music I'm listening to for endless entertainment.
Oh, the Earth soundtrack. Oh, dude, that is so funny.
Truly, countless hours have gone into trying to fix every single little mistake and glitch in all of my videos. But since you've made it to the end of this video, I think I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
What is that? That abomination right there.
There's a mistake in the engineer video, and it will probably ruin your entire perception of it. In this scene where I build a mini sentry
No,
on
I love the
Scout,
engineer.
I don't have the
Videos.
gunslinger equipped in the SFM animation! Ah!
Oh, wow.
Hey, it's me. I have a t-shirt now. You can find a link to it in the description. I also now have a—
All right, man. That was awesome. That was how it feels to suffer an SFM. I have never done anything like this. I just started figuring out about this stuff for the first time because you guys recommended that I should watch the Team Fortress stuff, and I really appreciate it. This stuff has been super funny, man. Then this was— I'm just going down the list here like in order. I think the next one is the sniper one, how it feels to play a sniper. I could be wrong about that. Let me check. Yeah, okay, how it feels to play sniper. So that'd be the next one we watch. But this series has been super awesome, man. It's really funny, super entertaining. Even this behind the scenes video was really entertaining to watch, man. Something about Lazy Purple and the humor and the editing, everything is just great about it. So if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit it with a like. It really helps out the channel here. If you want to see me continue to watch this series, just to put it down below, and I'll be sure to continue watching it. If there's anything else that you want to see me react to, just put it down as well, and I'll be sure to put it on the list to make. And if you want to, you're more than welcome to come join me on Twitch. I'll be sure to put my link in the description down below. if you want to come hang out with me over there. So that's all I got for you. I will see you in the next video. And do not forget, man, it's Orc Army for life.